Here's my MD for the past week. Initial thoughts. Oof, what a week. As you can see, my situation is complicated. Hopefully I put everything in and that it makes sense. For those of you in similar situations, fear not. You're not alone. If I was 23, I would have made many different decisions, public, in state college. Wouldn't have gone to grad school immediately, etc. Happy to answer any questions as well. Okay, here goes. I am 33 years old. I make $50,000 per year and live in Buffalo and work in advancement, higher education. Section 1. Assets and debt retirement balance, and how you got there, $21,000 total. Around $21,000, roughly $13,000 from a previous job's retirement, plus around $8,000 from my TSP account when I worked for the federal government. Once I've been at my current job for 1 year, they will start a 7% contribution, not a match, a straight contribution. I will be contributing more when my debt is paid down. Savings account balance. $1,013.35. I currently have a $1,000 emergency fund in my savings. I am back to, mostly, following Dave Ramsey's baby steps, and am in baby step number 2 and am aggressively paying down my debt. I also put any cashback rewards I get from my checking account in here. Checking account balance. $2,356.09. At the beginning of the MD, credit card debt. And how you accumulated it, $19,000. Cries inside. I separated from my ex about 6 months ago and I got way too comfortable with using credit cards while we were married. I also had to pay to get back home from overseas, and this also includes balances for paying for my dog to come overseas with me and back. My goal is to pay off the highest interest one in under a year. Student loan debt, and for what degree? Current remaining balance is $23,645.37. Combined loans for undergraduate and graduate degrees in international relations. To give you an idea of how much I've paid off, I've paid $94,373.94 off up to this point. Section 2. Income main job monthly take-home. Approximately $3,000 per month. I'm only about 6 weeks into my new job, so all of my deductions haven't kicked in yet, so I'm estimating based on the couple of pay cycles I've gone through so far. Side gig monthly take-home. Approximately $240 per month. I work at an Orange Theory Fitness part-time. I'm scheduled for 5.5 hours per week, 22 hours per month. But I try to pick up extra shifts or working events, where I can. For example, this month I'm picking up over 30 extra hours, so my pay will be more. I also get to, and am encouraged, to take class 2 to 3 by per week, so I definitely take advantage of that. Next month I'm helping a former colleague by copy editing her new manuscript. I did this for her first book when we worked together and she reached out to see if I was interested in doing the second one. Heck to the yes. She is paying me $500 1/2 as an advance this month and 1/2 upon completion next month. I'm not including this in the total, because this isn't a regular side gig, but I will happily take it when I can. Any other monthly income here? As part of my pending divorce agreement, I get $800 per month from my ex. Long story short, he's active duty military and we lived overseas, and this is a portion of the money he gets for having a spouse. We had a prenup, so I won't be getting anything afterwards. Over the last few months, this has basically been what I've been paying my debts with. Going forward it's all going on my credit card so that I can pay those suckers off. Section 3. Expenses. Rent, mortgage $946 per month, plus $3.95 service charge when I pay online. This includes all utilities. Retirement contribution. $40 per month. I put in $10 per week into a stash retire just to feel like I'm at least doing something. Current balance is $167.82. Savings contribution. $0 per month. Debt payments are the priority. Investment contribution. $40 per month. Again, I use Stash Invest minus $10 per week. Current balance is $214.26. Health, dental, vision insurance. $70.50 per month. Through work, it gets taken out bi-weekly. Debt payments ahem. Student loan minimums. $803.43 credit card minimums. $565 debt snowball target. My target for my debt snowball is an extra $1,000 per month. This will go towards the highest interest rate credit card, with the goal of paying it off in under 9 months. If I have over this amount at the end of the month, I'll put that amount onto my lowest student loan. Wi-Fi, cable, landline. $49.99 per month. For internet only. I set this up during this week. Cell phone. Currently covered by the parents, they've been amazing the past 6 months. Well, they always have been. But they're really helped me and I couldn't be more grateful. Subscriptions. Apple storage -$2.99 per month. Netflix -$8.99 signed back up on the last day of the MD. Also fitness subscription that I included under the gym membership section, and Headspace, under therapy. Laundry. If you pay per load, $0 per month. Included in my rent, gym membership $40 per month. I get free OTF classes for working there, so I budget this much for my ROMWAD and Movement Vault monthly subscriptions. Mobility and flexibility daily routines cause getting old blows, as well as for trying an extra class every so often. Pet expenses. $75 per month, includes $27.50 per month for pet insurance. This is what I put into my budget for insurance, food, grooming etc. Car payment, insurance, average gas. I budget approximately $150 per month. It's a fully paid-off car that my parents are letting me use. They are also currently covering insurance. Seriously, they're the best. Hands up for the early 2000 Subaru wagon. I don't plan on driving as much going forward, so this money will also cover metro passes. Renter insurance. $14.50 per month average groceries, household supply spend. My grocery budget is $250 per month, approximately $75 per week. Regular therapy. I currently use Headspace for both meditation and sleep help $12.99 per month, but I plan on finding a regular therapist once my insurance all kicks in. Annual expenses. YNAB, you need a budget, $83.99 per year. Day 1. Thursday 6 a.m. Alarm. Even though I've been up since around 5:30 a.m. Wake up, albeit reluctantly. I've been slowly moving into my new apartment, but the pooch and I are still at my parents' house, so early wake-ups are still needed. I make my first cup of coffee, shower, morning skincare, Dr. Thayer's toner, Origins ginseng eye cream, Ole Henriksen truth serum, and Neutrogena moisturizer with SPF 30, and makeup, Sephora skin tint, Tarte blush, Naked eye palette and mascara. Today's outfit is literally the coziest gray dress that I have, pointy-toed toms, and a scarf. I also grab a cardigan for the office because you never know how warm or cold it will be. I take the pooch out and give him his breakfast. My mom or dad will take him out while I'm at work. I hit the road just before 7 a.m. 7:50 a.m. Arrive at work. I make breakfast. I brought a Kodiak Cakes flapjack bowl thing from home plus coffee number 2. Settle in for a day. I work in university advancement, specifically corporate and foundation relations. 10:30 a.m. Morning snack. I have a lemon and ginger seltzer from Trader Joe's and a blueberry Larabar. I keep a drawer of work snacks in my desk. 12:15 p.m. Lunchtime. I usually bring my lunch, but on payday weeks I treat myself to one lunch out. Today's choice is a spicy tuna poke bowl from Wegmans, which one bring back to the office to have with a raspberry lime spindrift from my stash. My current lunch book is Winter of the World, second in the Century trilogy from Ken Follett. Rereading it for probably the 100th time, but it's a nice escape for a lunch read. I snap a pic of the receipt and upload to Ibotta since they have a 20 cents cashback offer for any item right now. It's not a lot, but it can add up, so I try to make sure I check it when I shop. $15.23, 3:15 p.m. Afternoon snack. This is why I keep a snack drawer. Your girl is always hungry. Plus I'm taking an Orange Theory class at 4:30 p.m. so I need to be fueled up. I see I'm running low, so make a note to refill during my grocery shop this week. Another blueberry Larabar it is, plus some hot tea from the office kitchen. 4:30 p.m. Workout time. It's a strength day at OTF. Think more inclines on the treadmills and heavier weights, lower reps. Plus there's some insane core work. Hey abs. Such an awesome class. I queue up some music for the drive back to the parents. 6:30 p.m. Dinner. Mom has made tortellini, meat sauce, and roasted asparagus. Yum. Plus there's enough leftovers for me to take for lunch. The rest of the evening is spent watching Jeopardy and Last Week Tonight, plus packing clothes and shoes and doing laundry. 9:30 p.m. I start my bedtime routine, evening skincare, wash face, toner, plus a serum sample from Tatcha that I got with my last Sephora order. plus CBD oil, meet Ned, plus stretching, Ramwad, plus snuggling with the pooch and Headspace sleep sounds. I'm probably asleep by around 10:15 or so. Total spending, $15.23. Day 5. Monday 6:15 a.m. Woke up a bit earlier than intended. Only because pooch was ready to pee lol. Oh well. I have a ton of time to get ready, which is great. I make coffee in the French press, shower, usual morning routine, adding makeup and put on gray pants, a bright yellow tank and a gray cardigan with sparkles. I head out around 7:30 a.m., and it's pouring. Guess what I don't have? An umbrella. And I left my hunter wellies at the parents' house. Lasai. Yay Monday. At least I have cold brew, 7:55 a.m. Door to door in about 25 minutes, not bad. 9:30 a.m. The downside of actually eating breakfast at home? It's early snack time. Banana chocolate chip Larabar. 12 p.m. Stomach is audibly growling now, so it's time for lunch. Leftover pot stickers stir fry it is. 4:30 p.m. Orange Theory time. Another strength day filled with heavy deadlifts and inclines. Do I have a booty yet? Nope. After class 1 head into Target to get a kitchen garbage can, garbage bags, matches, a toilet brush. So fancy. I bought a upload for 75 cents. $30.76. 6:30 p.m. Home again. It's pouring again, so I have to force the pooch outside to pee and poop, which he does and then immediately beelines back for the door. I get dinner started, and tonight is another 3-ingredient Trader Joe's meal. Check the kitchen for these, I haven't been disappointed yet. I make a cauliflower pizza crust, top it with a thawed palak paneer meal, and then broil with assorted frozen veggies. It's pretty delicious, and I eat the whole thing, since the whole thing is basically vegetables. 0F** and 6S are given. Paired with a summer ale from the craft beer 6-pack I got the other day. Yum. 9 p.m. I slowly work through unpacking things, take the dog out one last time to pee, and get ready for bed. Evening skincare, CBD, and to have and have not. I get to sleep sometime around 10 p.m. Total spending, $30.76. Day 6. Tuesday 6 a.m. Up early today to go to a gym class. I pour myself cold brew and take the dog out for a quick morning walk. He does his business and eats his breakfast when we get back. I put on leggings, a light sweatshirt and chucks, grab my work clothes and makeup and head to my class. It's a 15-minute walk up the street, and since it's my first class there, I get there about 15 minutes early. I paid for this class a couple of weeks ago and they have a first-time special, so it was only $10. 7:50 a.m. What an awesome class. I forgot how much I love Legree method. It's on a machine called the Megaformer, and it's kinda like being on a Pilates reformer, but way different. Slow, controlled movements, lots of core focus, a perfect complement to OTF. I don't sweat too much in this class, amazing. So I wipe off with a Sephora wipe, throw on deodorant and slap on a little makeup and change into my work clothes. I walk about 15 minutes to the closest metro stop. Buffalo has a metro, yes. But it's just one line. Bonus, it has stops very close to my new apartment and work. I get ready to pay for a single ride ticket, $2. And remember that the machines in the station are cash only. Good thing I have cash in my wallet for the trips today. I may look at getting reimbursed for the trips through pre-tax withdrawals from my paycheck, but we'll see how often I do this. I make it to work by 8:30 a.m. and settle in with breakfast, another Kodiak muffin, and get to work. $2, 10:30 a.m. Call Spectrum to set up my internet at the new apartment. They mail you the modem, which is awesome, because then I don't have to worry about setting up an appointment. Internet will be $49.99 per month, and there is a one-time fee of $9.99 for the modem. $9.99 internet included up top. 12:15 p.m. Lunchtime. Didn't bring lunch today, but thank goodness for university cafeterias. I get a make-your-own salad with spinach, chickpeas, broccoli, carrots, tomatoes, feta, tofu and chicken. $8.04. I pair that with a raspberry lime spindrift from my stash and a couple of mini cupcakes from an office birthday. I text with my BFF, who now only lives like a 7-minute walk from me, and we make plans to get together for happy hour on Friday. Yay. $8.04, 5 p.m. I head out from work, take the metro home, $2, and walk the 15 minutes from the station. The pooch is eager to go for his walk, so I change out of my work clothes and we head for a 30-minute walk. It's so beautiful out. Back home and I make dinner. TJ's cauliflower gnocchi, Italian chicken sausage, spinach, tomatoes, and kale, cashew pesto. Yum. $2, 7:30 p.m. Pooch wants to go outside again, so we suit up for another walk, another 30-minute smiley face. I'm impressed, he's 9 and usually really lazy, but I think he's enjoying exploring and that it's not raining. 9 p.m. Nighttime routine starts, Ramwad, CBD, magnesium, and then I fall asleep with Christmas in Connecticut on in the background. I fall asleep around 10 p.m., with the pooch snuggled in next to me. Total spending, $71.84. Day 7. Wednesday 6:15 a.m. Wake up. Naturally, before my alarm. Who am I? I love, hate this. Up, shower, morning skincare, makeup, make coffee and out with the pooch for our morning walk. Back home. I fill up my travel mug with coffee and walk to where I parked my car on Monday to drive to work today. I get to work just before 7:50 a.m. 10 a.m. I really need to make bigger breakfasts. Pop open a mini bag of no cheese, cheesiness paleo puffs. 11:30 a.m. Stomach growling, banana chocolate chip Larabar, TJ's sparkling coconut water, and tea. Lol. This is definitely more a food diary than a money diary, isn't it? 12 p.m. Yes, lunchtime. Leftovers from last night, followed by a quick walk outside listening to the last few episodes of Retropod. 4:30 p.m. Orange Theory time. It's an ESP day, endurance, strength, and power, and it is so good. I feel beat up afterwards, but in such a good way. I scoot over to Trader Joe's afterwards for peanut butter pretzels for the office, pita chips to have with lunch tomorrow, tandoori naan to have with dinner, and couple bags of frozen sweet potato gnocchi because it's back in stock. $16.43. Drive home, take the pooch out for his walk, and start dinner. Tonight is shawarma chicken thighs, cauliflower tabbouleh and hummus, with a naan. Yum. As dinner is cooking, I get my modem, Wi-Fi set up, super easy and hooray. I have interwebs. I re-sign up to the cheap Netflix and put on Outlander in the background. $16.43, 9:30 p.m. Evening routine. Pooch out, skincare, Ramwad, headspace. Total spending, $16.43. Final thoughts. This was a spendy week by my standards. Starting from scratch with food, pantry and a new apartment meant a much higher grocery bill than usual. I also spent a bit on apartment necessities, those I had budgeted for by saving from previous months. I'm really looking forward to fully settling into my new place and making some serious headway on debt. Totals. Food plus drink, $200.58. Home plus health, $254.49. Clothes plus beauty, $0. Transport, $4. Other, $0.